YouTube, we are back with some more match commentary for you guys. This week we have a little bit of a spiced up set of locals. We are going to be showcasing our Terrier Cup series. Our first one was at Dean's Dugout, which is our Sunday locals that we go to every week at Naperville. So there'll be a lot of various green decks on display for you guys. So a little bit of a switcheroo, you know, from the usual pre-sweaty ban list meta that we had going on with a bunch of Levia and Melga. I'm joined by the Highwayman himself, the Pinhead.
I'm no longer the Highwayman. I'm the cooked man. I'm no longer cactus. I'm cooked cactus. I got roasted in the comments for the Pockley thing. I got roasted. Yeah, I'm not touching Levia anymore. You shattered me. Congratulations.
No.
I'm just kidding. I won't put the kaiju down. I'll just learn it and I'll be better.
Yeah. But yeah, you know, I think this will be a good change of pace for everybody. And in future weeks, we're going to be kind of retooling our content because, you know, BT15, as exciting as it is a very, very long format. So we've got a few months before we get some new pieces to play around with. So as the weeks progress, we'll be looking to kind of implement some new content to the channel. So please do look forward to it. Our socials will be in the video description down below, found in our link tree, which contains our Twitter, our Instagram, our Discord, our TCG Player affiliate, as well as our YouTube membership links. And lastly, our event page for our box tournament will also be linked there as well. By the time this video uploads, signups will close, I think, within the next 24 hours. So like 24 hours after this video is uploaded, we'll be closing signups for everybody. So if you haven't, this is a last chance reminder to please sign up for it if you do plan on playing. Should be a fun event if we can get enough folks to kind of fire this off. For those of you who are already signed up, if there are any changes along the way, we will be sure to update you. But for those, like I said, who are planning on playing but have yet to sign up, please do sign up. But yeah, that's about it from my end. So without further ado, let's hop right into the round over here. And before I forget, you know, on the right, we do have Jarrell, before I mention, playing MegaGargo, and we got Gunter on the left. Playing a little bit of a green hybrid spice, which will be nice to see. Yeah, go ahead.
I think it's, I know Anthony was running some green hybrid stuff too. I believe it, or it was I don't know, it was a weird like bug hybrid insect list with also Terrier stuff. It was crazy.
Okay, so we see Gunter kind of start off pretty nicely. He's got a Terrier in the back, and more importantly, the new Double Typhoon, which allows him to search top 3 and pick up a green Digimon and Tamer. The delay effect, which is pretty nice, allows you to play out a Terrier or Lopmon, I believe just from hand for free. Which in this deck, or no?
Terrier reduces the cost.
Reduces the cost, okay.
The cost by 2. So that's why you played the Henry for 1 and choked Gunther to 1.
Okay. But I think it does synergize pretty well with what, like, at least the starter deck wants to do, you know, because I think you do get a lot of key effects or on-play effects with your Terriers and your Lopmons, or like main phase effects with your Terrier and Lops.
Yeah, it is cool that we're seeing more of the main effects rather than being on-play or when digivolving effects, just because I don't know, it provides the opportunity for like unique resolutions or like the like ways to sort of like sequence things differently.
Sure.
We see Jarrell go into the new gold Rapidmon here though. Which, for people who don't know, which is when this Digimon becomes suspended, one of your opponent's Digimon and all of your opponent's security Digimon get minus 4,000 DP until the end of your opponent's turn. So use that to nuke one of the Terriermon that was on board, the memory blocker Terriermon. And then we're going to do a good check and live, even though, who would live regardless? That Terriermon was only 2K.
Yeah. It's interesting with JP. He was a tamer, like a hybrid, like, he was the hybrid meta, right? But like he was one of those hybrid tamers I felt was kind of slept on. You kind of like was like, oh, he's just sort of there, you know? But being able to digivolve into a hybrid for essentially 1 is pretty darn good.
Yeah, I think the bigger issue is that Green was just lacking a lot of power.
Yeah.
When he was doing stuff, and I mean, to be fair, it's Green I think is just now really starting to catch up because I mean we have the Terrier deck, the Leo deck's pretty good. We're getting all this insect support.
Mhm.
Before this, green was basically just, if you're playing green, you're playing plankton.
Oh, Ken Ichijoji, the OG. For those of you who don't remember, and I might even botch this because it's been a while since I played this card, it is a memory setter, so 4-cost memory setter, and I believe when an effect suspends your opponent's Digimon, you gain a memory.
I'll double check. I'm pretty sure when you delete opponent.
Or delete, no, delete in battle, you gain a memory.
Yeah, that's be when one of your Insectoid Digimon deletes the opponent's Digimon in battle, something like that, I think. I'll check right now. Whoop.
As you're checking,
one of your green or blue Digimon deletes the opponent's Digimon in battle and survives. You just may suspend this tamer to gain 1 memory. Never mind.
Pretty good.
Where I got the Insectoid thing from.
We see the level 5 rapid swinging a security, and then Jarrell just plays out another Terrier, the pretty boy Terrier. Passing over 3 memory because of Ken's effect. We've got 2 Terriers on the field, which is not bad for Gunter.
Jarrell's got the alt-type. I can't wait for Jarrell to waste so much money blinging out this deck. It's going to be great.
Don't you worry. Mirai will be coming soon enough. Mirai about to hit our locals hard.
Dude, I'm not happy about that. I'll be honest. I am not thrilled that we're getting another.
Ooh, okay. So we see a Gunter attempt to swing, go into MegaGargo Ace, which will allow on Digivolve Jarrell to suspend 2 Digimon, up to 2 Digimon, and up to 2 Tamers. So we see the JPs get suspended, and then Terrier ends up dying in security check.
Up to 2 Digimon or Tamers, not 2.
Up to, yeah. Pardon me, I am still learning this deck.
You're good, so am I. I'm just, every time we reference an effect, I'm checking card dev on the side to make sure I remember.
Now,
what when you put 2 people that don't play green.
The MegaGargo Ace, does it allow them to unsuspend next turn, or do they stay suspended? Because I think it looks like they stay suspended.
Can't unsuspend or Digivolve until the end of your opponent's turn.
Which is pretty busted.
So you suspend 2, and then also you can choose 2 different ones, basically. So you choose 2 targets for the suspension, and then you can choose 2 targets to
stay suspended.
Basically to stay suspended and not be able to Digivolve.
Green Gacha be eating good. We see Gunter go into I believe it's a Arbormon is what it's called, the little toilet seat over there. And I feel like right now Gunter's just sort of stuck because I mean we've got the big body on board. He has the Terrier, which prevents memory gain, which I mean doesn't block JP memory gain, but anything else, any other shenanigans he wants to do is kind of shunted by that.
It's also crazy too the fact that MegaGargo Ace stops Tamers from evoing, so he literally shuts down hybrids.
Yeah,
it's really good for that. Swing. What's the Gargo Ace? We'll just block with it. Also, MegaGargo Ace having blocker and reboot, so good. The fact that also it has end of attack, you can unsuspend it, so you can potentially do those like couple of checks with Alliance.
Yeah. And then
MegaGargo Ace is just exactly what the deck needed. It's very, it's a very good boss monster. And
then the level 5 rapid, since something was deleted via or like opponent's Digimon was deleted, I believe the security card gets trashed, which is why Gunter lost one.
Correct.
So when he's swaying, blocked, we see the top of security get trashed. We see Jarrell take turnover, and he pushes out the EX Terrier out. And right now he's looking in a pretty good spot. I mean, we go into the Golden Rapid, I think, just as a emphatic, like, security thing. You know, we suspend the Terrier, we then pop it. Security gets minus 4k. So you kind of rest assured that your stuff will swing and live, because you got the MegaGargo Ace. If it does unfortunately die to something, you lose all the memory, and then he is able to swing again.
He lives. Yep, and that's game 1.
So I do think the Terrier deck, like, it's interesting. You know, I think, like you said, it's a lot of nice new pieces for green to mess around with. And Terrier is sort of an archetype that has been sort of lacking in support for quite some time now.
They keep giving him cards, but they're cards that just don't really do anything or do enough to push the deck into a point where it's relevant. And it's been a shame because Terrier is such a fan favorite. Like, it's easily like probably one of the top 5 like most like known Digimon. I would say. Like I'd say even if you're someone who doesn't like really know Digimon or get or fuck with it at all, you probably have seen Terriermon or know Terriermon.
Because like you said, it feels like we've gotten like sprinkles of support here and there. Like we got like the whole Lopmon and like Shu Chong Wong engine. We've gotten like some rapid pieces here and there, some Gargo pieces here and there, but never any like real dedicated line and dedicated like deck.
Nothing was consistent to a play strategy either, because like the EX2 pieces were their own, very much their own thing. We had some other stuff from BT2 that was like existed but was not very good. And then we had and then of course we got support with EX4, which like helped, but it was like it was a whole new strategy with the alliance stuff, but just didn't really like have like a top end or like enough to it to really help it like win games. And the new Terrier 2 is just so good, like generically for any deck that runs green Tamers. Just being able to reduce the Tamer's play cost by 2 is insane.
Yeah, and then Lopmon giving Alliance is also really nice. I feel like. Yeah,
just one new Digimon gains. Yeah, it's also just very generically good. Just main once per turn, one of your Digimon gains Alliance for the turn. And then I
have an idea. Hear me out. I have not tested this.
Okay.
But Double Typhoon and Lopmon and Bloom.
I mean, yeah.
You don't want to like overdo it, right? And like clog your Bloom engine up, but like if you sprinkle that in there, like giving Bloom Alliance and one more consistency piece is not necessarily a bad thing.
Yeah, I don't know if you need Double Typhoon as much. I don't think that, because
I don't think so.
You don't run too many Tamers and Plant, right? You run like
no,
maybe 6 tops.
Yeah.
And that's pushing it. That's
I can definitely see the Terriers and the Lops maybe being sprinkled in. Maybe.
Terriermon, not as
again,
much.
Because the Tamers aren't as
reasons.
much.
Yeah.
Right.
But like Lopmon, I could see Lopmon definitely being like a 2-0 in the deck, something like that. Because I mean, you gave Bloom like a Bloom Lord Alliance on top of his security check gain and DP gain. Shoo, that's nasty. The only issue is that Alliance requires you to suspend something for it, so it's like a lot of times your board's already going to be suspended when you're doing your effects, because that's normally your play strategy is to spend before you kind of go into Bloom. So it's just sort of, I don't know. I could definitely see a world where it could do something. It definitely could probably work well enough with Rose, I think, more than Bloom.
True. But as we were rambling about Copium here, we see Gunter
HPD.
Start to build a board. He does HPD the Terrier to go into, oh man, Ancient
Beetle.
So that big beetle will pierce through.
I remember what Ancient Beetle does. It's been forever.
I think Gunter also has to read through what Ancient Beetle does.
When one of your Digimon with 10 warriors or hybrid traits is deleted, and its traits deletes the opponent's Digimon in battle and survives, trash top card of your opponent's security stack. So he's not piercing, he's just trashing.
Oh, okay. So he's
on deletion, you may play one green level 4 or lower card with hybrid in its traits from your hand without paying its memory cost.
Yeah. So he deleted and then trashed the top is basically what he ended up doing.
Yeah, exactly.
Fair enough. Not bad. So Drell procs Terrier's effect to play out a Willis. Willis will suspend to reduce the Digivolution cost of Gargo, which when Digivolving will allow him, I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, to play out the little Terrier. Terriers on play will allow for search.
No, he does not allow him to play it out. He's playing.
Then how did we play out?
I think off of the.
Oh, was it the Henrys?
I'm gonna guess one of the Henrys. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's the new Henry, the starter deck Henry.
Oh yeah, you're right. No, it is the starter deck Henry. Yeah. We go into the level 5 rapid, which will de-digivolve the ancient beetle,
Nope,
and then
not started at Henry either.
no. Oh my god.
I'll figure it out. Keep going. I believe in you, brother bear.
But yeah, rapid does de-digivolve the ancient beetle, passes turn over to Gunter, which I think he is sort of psyched out by the previous Mega Gargo play where we can ace, and then that kind of will put him in a little bit of a sticky spot. So he's trying to, I think, be as mindful as possible about that situation.
Oh wait, Durrell double typhooned, didn't he, to play out the Terrier?
Oh sure, okay, there it is.
I was
there we go. Yeah. That's what it was. We see Gunter proc his own double typhoon to play out the Lopmon. We see a swing and I believe Alliance through the Lopmon, suspending Taiga to Digivolve for reduced cost into Grand Kuaga. Grand Kuaga, you're gonna have to help me out on this one. It's been a long time since I've seen that guy. We should gain. He gained a member.
When Digivolving, suspend one of your opponent's Digimon. Then this Digimon may attack an opponent's Digimon. And then your turn once per turn. When an opponent's Digimon becomes suspended, you gain a memory.
Okay.
So he used Lop to give Alliance to the ancient Kabuteri stack, or whatever the.
Yep.
Not ancient Kabuteri. Big level 5 Beetle Boy for hybrids.
Does end up acing, and then we see a.
Oh. New option.
Yeah, so that basically just bottom decks end up one of the suspended Digimon.
Yeah, suspend one of your opponent's Digimon, then return one of your opponent's suspended Digimon to the bottom of the deck. One of your opponent's Digimon can't unsuspend until the end of your opponent's turn.
Right. And the one check still went through because Alliance was declared, so there was a -1 security check, but at the same time that just still allowed it to go through, I believe. Right?
I was looking away. I was reading card effects, so I don't know. I will just say yes.
And then I think Gunter at this point is just like wideboarding, being like, all right, see if you can beat me this turn or not, which I think is fair. Just wideboard. He's got his Terriers out on board as well, which will be helpful for just blocking any sort of memory shenanigans. Not that I believe we run any options. I feel like a lot of the memory gain shenanigans happen through the Tamers here, or like cost reduction happen through the Tamer. But
you're almost there. You can make it.
But yeah, I think wideboarding here is fair. Kind of just forces Jarrell to say, okay.
I mean, yeah, Jarrell pretty much has to find.
Oh god, is that a quartz? This motherfucker.
There's a quartz, but I don't know if he has the means to build up to it.
If there were training on board, maybe. But I think right now, no.
Reduce the cost by 1 with Willis, but he has to go all the way up to a level 6.
Well, I mean, the new Henry does allow for a warp, because we do know that there is a rapid, I believe, in the trash. So if we had a Mega Gargo in hand, we could have warped with the new Henry. Sorry, not the new Willis, the new Henry. And then you could potentially quartz off of that play, because I believe it just lets you warp into it for a cost of 4.
Yeah, he needs a Mega Gargo in hand.
Yeah.
He could go into it.
But if we didn't have that, then you can't do that, obviously. And yeah, we just decide to go next turn. Yeah.
Yeah, there it is. And that's what Jarrell was thinking too, as soon as he saw that card. Oh.
Interesting.
Freaking green hybrids doing this to us.
I am excited. I don't have my hands on a green starter just yet. But like trying to read up a little bit more on the cards before we started like filming and then like seeing them in action, I am excited to just like mess around with it. It does seem like just like a fun pool of cards to just test around with, sprinkle into its own deck, sprinkle into like other decks. And I'm kind of glad too. I know we kind of touched upon it in the other commentary video. Jeez, bro. But it's nice to see, like, obviously red and blue will still always get support because, I mean, Bandai loves its red and blue archetypes.
Yeah. Red's always is like the pro tag color, and then blue's the secondary pro tag.
Yeah, but you know, purple getting some love, maybe a little bit too much love this past set was nice. And I think green's also starting to get a little bit more love too. I mean, the Terrier support is obviously really, really nice. We get a new archetype for Terrier. Bloom is constantly getting like small pieces here and there. I don't think they're ever gonna forget about Bloom.
Yeah, I would say red, blue, and black were honestly doing all pretty well for themselves. Black maybe not as much as red and blue, but we're still doing okay. But yellow, green, and purple definitely have been getting more love, I think, with recent sets.
Yeah, which is nice.
In terms of getting just better, like more viable cards or just unique strategies.
We see Giraffe, pretty good setup. He's got a Willis out on board, and then an agility training with a Terrier from EX in the back, and then we've got Gunter, I think kind of just bricked up a little bit right now. Is able to get a double Typhoon out there, so we'll pick up the hybrid. What?
Got Gunter a little bricked up right now. It's fine.
We get there. We get there.
He's bricked up in not a way that he wants to be. Let's see. He'll go into rapid. Reduce the cost by 1 with Willis.
And now we've got 2 double Typhoons, a double Typhoon, and then we see Jarrell kind of respond with his own. So if Gunter... Okay, there's a rookie.
Yep.
There we go. So he's got Lop in the back. He has a couple options here. You know, he's got the JP that he can kind of do some shenanigans with. The double Typhoon also can be helpful in terms of just getting, you know, bodies out there, potentially depending on how his hand is looking. The problem is that the Rapid does have armor purge, so like even if you swing over it, it's not necessarily gonna die, which may hinder some of the like green hybrid Ken Ichijoji effects, because you're not necessarily deleting, you're just purging. But you know, maybe we can see some shenanigans here. We do go ahead and swing. We go into Grand Kuwaga. Nothing to suspend, and we were targeting the Rapid. Oh no.
We'll go Ace.
Oh, that's right, because you can just go over any any card with Rapid in name, correct?
Yep.
That's nasty.
And he's bigger because he has the gold Rapid in sources, and like his +1 KDP while he's suspended, so he's
Sheesh. Mega Gargo.
Yeah, that works. That will do it. The VX2 Terrier.
So that's pretty, I think pretty hurtful for Gunter right here, because now Jarrell is kind of in a pretty good way to just kind of swing. Yeah. We know that his security is probably not going to be crazy. He does have a lot of JPs, or he has a JP now and a Ken. And then Jarrell, yeah.
JP's good, and he has 2 double Typhoons, so he definitely has like potential to do something.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of does he have the pieces in hand to make a right play. I don't. It's also hard. MegaGargomon Ace.
Oh no! Oh no! Double MegaGargo.
And that's, you got to be careful of ace cards, man. Like there's so many times where RBs took, like back when like the purple structure decks came out with Melgaze, and I think that's when RB really started playing Melga again, because he hadn't really played it since BT9. I think prior to that, he was playing like I
think Gunter ends up just scooping here just to kind of wrap it up for you guys.
Yeah.
But I think
like if you aren't ready for ace evos, like you always have to be like conscious of it whenever you swing nowadays, because everything has an ace card.
Yeah, and I think it's particularly nasty with the MegaGargo, because now you don't, it's not like a regular sequence, right, where it's like, oh, it's a level 6 ace, like as long as there's a level 5 not on board, I'm safe. Now it's like anytime there's a Rapid on board, you could trigger the potential ace, which I think really can mess with people. It's definitely a lot sneakier than like your traditional like, oh, let me just ace 5 to 6 or 4 to 5. It's like you kind of have to be wary of it like pretty much at any time right now.
Yeah.
Which is
and
crazy.
And then on top of that too, Mega Gargo Ace is also just such a good ace card. Like it is a very, very good like defensive option because you go into him, he's gonna have blocker. The entire deck is built around having DP while you're suspended all turns. So it works very well to like, you know, ace into him, and then you're just this big like potentially 14k blocker that can stop a lot of the low end swings.
Yeah, I really like it. I could see it definitely being splashed into a lot of green decks, black decks as well potentially, but I think more also, green than black. Yeah,
it's so good too because you can provide aggression on your turn.
Yeah,
have like the gold rapid or regular or like regular level 5 rapid live.
Yeah,
and then even if it's suspended, because when you evo into Mega Gargo Ace, you can unsuspend, so you can unsuspend and then block.
Right. I mean, I can even see it being utilized in like Digipolice too, you know, being a black and green card as well. True. And the suspension also plays a big role with that, you know, with the all effect inheritables that you have that can get really wonky real fast. But yeah, you know, that does wrap up the round here. Apologies for the relative naiveness with the cards, naivete with the cards. I will pick up on it, I promise. It's just I haven't played this shade of green in a while. I've been more like if I'm dabbling into green, it's like either rose or bloom. So it has been a hot minute, but we'll get there. But hopefully you guys enjoy it. Hopefully you guys, you know, enjoyed the sort of change of scenery from the usual set of locals. I think the Terrier Cups and the Spring Break events are a nice way to kind of change the pace for locals too. You know, get some new decks in, get some fresh decks in as well, especially in this long format that we're in. Yeah, exactly.
This format's going to be, I think, almost as long as BT 13 to 14 was, which that was a gap. That was a while.
Yeah, and I think that gap was somewhat caked over with like Gen Con and regionals. Here, it's like we've got quite the gap, but you know, we'll get through it. We'll get some new content for you guys out there soon. We're kind of brainstorming some ideas, so we're excited to bring some stuff out, so stay tuned for it. And we'll be kind of churning out some more Terrier Cup matches throughout the week too. So let me know what you guys think. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Please do feel free to check out our socials once again that are linked in this video description down below. And we will catch you on that flippy flip. Bye-bye.